She is the head football coach for Nebraska Pride. They are a part of the Women's Football Alliance. Miss Nancy Javaux-Major. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to join me. So you're located in Omaha. You had a really good season a season ago, made it to the national championship after you beat Oklahoma City. And I'm looking at your schedule. You have your first game coming up here. Looks like April 26th. All right, you're going to be playing the Minnesota Vixen. But what would you like people to know about the Nebraska Pride and about your team?
I guess, we're an exciting team to watch. We have an attacking defense, pretty balanced offense. We like to put on a good show, and it's just football. So everybody should come out and watch, check us out. And, home games, our first home game is not till May 17th. So we'll have a couple games under our belt, and we'll be looking good by then.
All right, so I heard attacking defense, and my ears perked up even more. So when you say attacking defense, enlighten me a little bit more the style of defense you run. And when you say attacking, is that blitzing? Is that all sorts of disguises and coverage? What do you mean by that?
So a lot of people would look at it and think it's like a 3-3 stack or a 3-5. It's kind of a combination of both, but we like to be hitting the gaps and getting all kinds of stunts on that front line, getting 5 people, 6 people, 7 people sometimes, getting in after the quarterback. And, the quarterback's our focus, and we just try and shut them down.
All right, I got to ask because it sounds a little bit similar to maybe what Tony White ran at Nebraska. It's labeled a 3-3-5. It's a multiple type front. But how similar is your attacking style, hitting the gaps, blitzing, aggressive style of defense to what they've done the past couple years here at Nebraska when Tony White was here under Matt Rule, and obviously it'll be John Butler this fall. But how similar or different is it?
It's actually fairly similar. I would say we attack even more than they did. I think they held back sometimes. But, our defenders, our D-backs, they're just on the hunt for the ball. I don't know how many interceptions we had last year, but I think we were league leading on interceptions. And if we don't have 3 people in the backfield every single play, then we're doing something wrong.
I tell you what, I have not watched enough of this team. Like, I am getting excited. Like, this is me. Jake knows me. I love defense. I love aggressiveness. If I were ever a DC one day, we are going to blitz. We are coming. And Tony White, she's saying you weren't aggressive enough. I don't know. Is that what you heard, Jake? Like, Tony White was not aggressive enough? What are your thoughts here, Jake?
Oh, well, I do have some questions, too. I just kind of wanted to know, as people look into your team, who are some of the players that might stand out, leading your team?
Well, we've got Britt Peterson. She started with us last year. She'd played a couple years over in Iowa, came over to us, wanted to be a part of a championship team. She was the MVP of the championship game, had multiple pick sixes all season, but definitely people tried not to throw in her direction, but she still found a way to get the ball. Also on the defensive side, we had Bennett and Cheyenne, who are our defensive ends, who were constantly just sealing the edge, didn't let anybody outside. And then Sean Taylor, who up the middle didn't let anything through. So we definitely played a shutdown defense and made teams throw the ball where we could go and get it.
So you mentioned your first home game, May 17th. You're going to play the Cedar Raptors. So where in Omaha are you located? If fans want to come by, they want to check out a game, they want to see what you're all about, see this attacking style of defense and everything else that you offer. Obviously had a lot of success last year. Where are you located, and where can they look you up and find more information about Nebraska Pride?
So we play at Gail Wickersham Stadium, and then you can find us we're on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can find us, just look up Nebraska Pride football, and we should pop up. You'll see our, Columbia blue colors with the red accent, because we had to throw in the red.
I like it.
And so, you can find us on any of those social media outlets. That'll lead you to our website as well. But that's the best place to find us.
All right. So where do you find your players at? Because one thing I've noticed, I don't know if you know this, I got 6 kids, 5 daughters. And so flag girls flag football is becoming rampant. They're starting to give out scholarships now at colleges, and they're going to start having state tournaments. It's going to be at the Olympics in LA, women's flag football. It may even be a part of what Steve Sipple call it, the replace spring game weekend or whatever he's calling it. I like when he labeled it that. So I'm curious what your thoughts on the growth of women's flag football, and then specifically, because you're obviously a tackle football team, where do you tend to find your players at?
So oftentimes we just, we get players from about a 2.5, 3 hour radius of Omaha, and we just promote the team. And it's women that always wanted to play football that never got the opportunity. We're starting to get more girls that played at the high school level. We have Erin Marty, who played for Westside, got a championship with Westside, and a few other girls that are now starting to join the team that played high school ball. And so we just any athlete that is looking for, something other than just the weekend softball leagues, somebody that still has that competitive drive. So that's pretty much where all our athletes come. With the explosion of flag, I think girls in football is just going to keep growing. I think they're going to have a desire to get into tackle football. There's a couple of tackle girls leagues popping up around the country. We hope to get one going here in the next couple of years. But, with the NCAA pushing to get flag football, I'm hoping that Troy Dannon calls me up and, I can help get that sprung. But, we just, female athletes who are looking for a competitive edge, something to be a part of.
So my wife wanted to play tackle football. She has 2 older brothers, youngest of 3. She wanted to play tackle football when I think she was in middle school, and her brothers were the ones that shut it down. So I may have to share this information with my wife and see if she still has an interest in playing tackle football. My daughter Trinity was actually asked to play on a boys tackle football game.
Yep.
I think she was going into 4th grade. She loves soccer. So she said no, she loves soccer. She was doing flag football at the time. But I have a daughter, Dakota. I mean, just plays the Red Kingdom, Nebraska song nonstop in the car, loves the Broncos, can't stand the Chiefs or the Raiders, but she's going to do flag. She's in 3rd grade right now. She's going to do flag football here sometime in the next year, but I may be sending a future tackle football player your way here in the near future. So just keep that in mind, Coach, when you see me in the future, all right?
Bring it on. I welcome anyone that wants to come and learn. We even have some moms that never played sports before, and their kids are starting to get into football, and they're like, you know what, like, I want to learn more about the sport. So they come out, and some of them it's their first athletic venture is joining an adult women's tackle football team, which is exciting to watch and be a part of.
All right, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time. Good luck this season, especially as the season approaches.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.